Hey you guys! Today I am going to share with you my recipe for buffalo chicken salad tacos. Now, I bet you didn't know this, but I am actually published. Yes, I was in the Pillsbury 43rd Bake Off contest as one of the 100 finalists several years back. When I still had my maiden name of Riva, and I lived in Berwyn, Illinois, and there is my recipe. See, I am in there for my buffalo chicken salad tacos. So this, I tell you what, you know how you see like buffalo chicken salad sandwiches and salads and dips, you know, all over the place. That wasn't there before I created this recipe. I think they stole all those ideas from me. But that's okay, because they're really good. And what inspired me to make this recipe years ago, when I entered the Bake Off, Pillsbury Bake Off contest, and I enter it just about every year, was that I didn't know what to make, but some of the sponsor ingredients because there's a list of rules and you got to follow the rules for the contest and use specific ingredients and things like that. And they had Old El Paso was a sponsor back then, and for this particular year, and Smucker's was also a sponsor. So I just was walking through the grocery aisle going, I want something that's like sweet and it's hot and spicy and crunchy and creamy all at the same time. So I just walked through the grocery aisles, and the first thing I saw was Tyson buffalo chicken strips. These are boneless, and back then they sold it in a 28-ounce package, and nowadays it's in a 25-ounce package. So the recipe, the original recipe printed and the way I made it, was made with a 28-ounce package. Just cooked according to package directions for like 20 minutes on 400. So the recipe makes a little bit less, excuse me, I was eating peas before. It was still stuck in my tooth. That was good, even the second time around. But anyway, so it makes a little bit less, like 3 ounces less, so which is like a taco or two. So you might have to adjust the recipe, but I will share the whole recipe with you in print form. You know, I'll type it out with this video so you can see how it was made. So the very first thing is I make a very simple salsa, and it's about 2 cups of chopped plum tomatoes. It's a little bit less, actually. Make a little bit less because it makes actually too much salsa. So just use 2 nice looking, good sized plum tomatoes, and 1 jalapeno pepper, de-seeded with the white pits removed on the inside if you don't want it really hot. Chopped up really fine, you can see that. So that's in here. And then I added 3/4 of a cup of Smucker's pineapple topping. Yes, Smucker's pineapple topping. Yes, I'm making tacos with this. Okay, so I'm going to just be honest. I only had about this much left in my jar. So I just mixed it together with some crushed pineapple from Dole. And to make the whole recipe actually calls for a whole cup. So for this part, for the salsa, you only need 3/4 of a cup. So I have a cup in here, but I'm going to leave some in there. And so I just mixed that crushed pineapple up with my Smucker's. Now, you know, the original recipe, the way I made it, called for all of this, but you can do what you want. You could even omit that if you want, if you don't want the sugar, and just use crushed pineapple. So I'm going to add, let me try to do this so you can see me, about, 3/4 of this cup to my tomatoes and jalapeno there. Yep. A little bit more. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. I use Himalayan pink salt, finely ground, in there, and some fresh ground pepper. There we go, a little bit of that, and you just mix this all together like so. Okay, doesn't it look pretty? It's got the red tomatoes and the green jalapeno and that pineapple, and just mix that all up, and you set it aside, and that's your salsa. for these tacos. Next is I cooked the 25-ounce package of Tyson Buffalo chicken strips, like I said, on 400 for 20 minutes. And I have them already done here. I'll just move this here. And you're just going to chop these up. Just chop. It doesn't matter how. Just chop them up into small bite-sized pieces. They don't have to be perfect. Now, if you're gluten-free and you can't do this breading, you can certainly use, you know, of course, read the package directions, but I'm sure you can find boneless buffalo chicken that is not breaded, or, you know, you can cook some chicken breasts or, you know, any kind of chicken and throw some of your favorite buffalo style sauce over it and do it that way. I don't think any of the other ingredients have anything like whey in them. Don't know about the tacos. They could have wheat as well as corn. So let's see. Corn, flour. Okay, so you're going to have to find a gluten-free taco shell. But other than that, you can change this up yourself and make it a gluten-free option if you need to. But, you know, this recipe isn't gluten-free, and it is delicious. It's also really great as like to serve for a party as a dip. You don't have to make the tacos. Of course, serving the tacos at a party is awesome. But you can just keep the whole mixture in a bowl and serve it with some nice corn chips, you know, chips and salsa, or you can even break up taco shells and serve it with that. So I've got a big bowl here ready. I'm going to put my chopped up chicken. Actually, I'm not going to do that yet. I think, let's see. Let me read my recipe. It's been a long time since I made it. Meanwhile, okay, so we're going to make the actual sauce. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, put this aside. That part's done. So the sauce has some mayonnaise, and it has a half a cup of mayonnaise. I think I've used all my, nope, let me find a spatula. Okay, half cup of mayonnaise, just keep that on hold because I need the measuring cup. So it also has a half a cup of finely chopped celery. So I'm just gonna put that in there now. Since I actually need the measuring cup. I should have more than one set around here. And normally I would just kind of guess. And that's a pretty good guess, because that's about how much I would put in there if I wasn't actually measuring. So you have a cup of mayonnaise. We've got our half a cup of celery, a third of a cup of finely diced green onions, which was about 3 green onions with the green parts too. Just enough to make a third of a cup. And the celery was like one large stalk. That actually made the half a cup of chopped celery. Okay, so I've got the celery, the mayonnaise. I know it also calls for sour cream. I should put my glasses on. A quarter cup of sour cream. So let me get that out. All right, sour cream. A quarter cup. That's about a quarter cup. Put that in there, and it also calls for a quarter cup of the Smuckers, the rest of my cup that I have here. The pineapple topping or crushed pineapple. Okay. And then blue cheese. My recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup. I used Treasure Cave blue cheese. I love blue cheese. And I just chopped it up. Now my husband's not real crazy about blue cheese, but he does like it in there, so I didn't quite put 3/4 of a cup. I'm just gonna put the extra blue cheese on top of my taco because I really love blue cheese. So I just put in a handful. I don't know what that was. So I'm going to mix that up. I think that's it. The green onions, the blue cheese, the pineapple topping. Yep. Mix this up first, just so you have a nice mixture already combined before you add the chicken. Okay. This is so easy and so good. Okay, so there's my chicken. I'm going to put that right into the sauce. And the chicken is still warm. You want it to be warm. Okay. And I'm going to just lightly mix this up. Don't want to over mix it. And there it is. This is the filling for the tacos. Now, when I entered the contest and I originally created this recipe, I put butter lettuce. I used butter lettuce on the bottom of the taco shells. And since then, in the last couple years ago, I think I made this. My husband and I decided, oh, coleslaw would be really good. So I don't use the butter lettuce anymore on the bottom. I used to put that on the bottom, and then the filling, and then the salsa on top. But now we do coleslaw. So forget the lettuce, but you can certainly use it if you want. So I just have some angel hair coleslaw here, already ready. Just putting in a nice handful. We don't need too much. It's a big chunk right there. Maybe a little more. And whatever coleslaw dressing you have, whatever you like. I just happen to have some Hidden Valley Ranch. And so I'm just going to put a little bit of that on top. You don't need too much when making coleslaw because the longer your slaw sits, the creamier it gets. But I might put just a little bit more. Now another idea would be to make your own coleslaw dressing, whereas you could just use a little bit of mayonnaise or salad dressing, and you can just put a couple scoops of this salsa in it, and just mix it together, maybe a little splash of apple cider vinegar. I've done it that way too, but we're just, for simplicity's sake, we're just doing it like this. So there we go. Let me taste it, make sure. Yep, that's enough. Maybe a little pepper. Like a little fresh ground pepper on my coleslaw. So, the coleslaw is ready. Now we're ready to assemble. So, let me get the taco shells. I've had them heating up in the oven. Babies are hot. If I didn't mention already, you want to use if you're going to actually make tacos with it and not just serve it as a dip, get the stand-in stuff. They're great because they stand right up just like that, and they're really easy to fill. So let me get a plate. I'm so excited about this. And, we'll just do this. Okay, so we need a little bit of our filling. Goes right. This is so good. Fill up that taco shell. Oh, maybe it'd be easier if I did it. It's hard, you know. I'm only one person, and I know a lot of the more professional looking videos that I'm sure everybody has seen. They actually have a camera crew and a lighting crew and all that. It's just me. So, might not be perfect, but you get the idea. So, I'm just scooping up. Now, I think in my original recipe, I used 2 boxes of taco shells, which actually would make like 10 servings if you serve 2 each. But I really like mine nice and full. So, you know, I think 1 box of taco shells, maybe a box and a half. So you probably get maybe 5 servings, 5 to 8 servings out of this. Just depending. And remember, Tyson made their bags of chicken smaller. So 10, 20 taco shells, 2 packages of 10 would be probably too much at this point. So you can see I've filled them up really good. I have 2 right here waiting. And then I'm gonna take, because this is so yummy, it really makes it. I'm gonna put a little bit right over the chicken mixture, and then a little bit over the other one. Okay. And then a little bit of the coleslaw right on top. Just kind of push it right in there. Hopefully you can see this. Like that. And then of course you want a little bit more salsa on top of that creamy coleslaw. Oh my gosh. Put as much or as little as you want. I like to make it look pretty, and there you have it. Buffalo chicken salad tacos. So I told you that I was one of the 100 finalists. I was chosen out of, you know, tens of thousands of recipes that got submitted to be one of the 100 finalists. And I'm wearing my Pillsbury apron, by the way. They flew me to Dallas, Texas. Food Network was there. It was awesome. Made my recipe. No, I didn't win the grand prize of $1 million back then. Actually, this is what won. Let's see. Oh, where's it at? Where is it at? Peanut butter cookie. Won $1 million. So, you know, but hey, it was exciting. It was such a great honor. I just love the fact that I was actually chosen. It was so much fun. And I get to share with you actually published, my very own, published in the Pillsbury Bake Off. Let me show you again. Magazine. My recipe. Share it with you. Make it for your family for dinner. Make it for a party. I'm going to throw in a bonus recipe because I can. Dessert tonight. What's in here, you say? Well, I was like, what can I make for dessert? I found 2 pears in the fridge. I peeled them. I sliced them. I put them in a lightly coated pan, dish, casserole, baking dish. I coated it with some coconut oil. I put the pears in. I sprinkled over about a tablespoon of brown sugar. And then I had some Bare Naked fruit and granola. Sprinkled that over the top. Drizzled over about a 1/4 cup of ghee. My clarified butter that I just love. I love this, and it has Madagascar vanilla bean in it already. So with the price of vanilla, hey, I take advantage of any product that already has vanilla in it. Drizzled that over the top. I'm going to bake this at 375 for, who knows, maybe 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. It's going to get nice and juicy. Oh, I also put just like 3 tablespoons of water over the pears, just so it would have a little bit more moisture. And then I sprinkled the brown sugar, granola, ghee, or you could use melted butter. You could use coconut oil. Bake it up. I'm going to serve it with some honey vanilla yogurt later, and that's going to be dessert. So, in the oven that goes. I'm getting ready to eat. Babe, dinner's ready. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to take a bite. Just as good as I remember. Oh my gosh, you have to try this. You're going to love it. Thanks for watching.